Hey, what's up, everyone? Joining me after their lower bracket loss 3-1 against Evil Geniuses is the great, making support so easy. It's Aphromoo. Zach, how's it going?
It's going, bro. Off season begun. Let's go.
We've had a lot of these. I feel like you've had a lot of these conversations before, so I just like to just kind of see where you're at, see how you feel. The series went through 3-1. Game 2 was crazy flip. Game 3 and 4 felt a little harder in the draft. What did you feel out there?
Obviously, it was annoying. A couple games, obviously, we got the early game lead, but a lot of the time, all of our weaknesses just got exposed. So whether that be holding space, being on sideline on time, just in the right spots, stuff like that, how to start the fight, everything. So it was rough. We did go 1-1 in the first 2 games, but I thought we should have won the first game too, because we had a lot of good situations, but it just rinse and repeat every time. We either too scared to do stuff, but it happens. 3 of our guys' first time playoffs as well for LCS, so it's to be expected. And then when you just start getting warmed up and then play a little better, it wasn't going too bad, but definitely rough. We did play blue side every game too. So
You did.
Yeah.
That's a trend that is bucking the trend. A lot of time we've seen people play red side because, the conversation that a lot of the experts talk about, there isn't one single power pick, so the counter pick might be more valuable in 4-5, but what was the decision behind that?
Oh, for blue side, just thought we had a better advantage on blue side most of the series. It wasn't too bad because the drafts were going the way we wanted, and everybody got the picks that they wanted. Just came down the gameplay.
Renata last game, was that just like, hey, let's throw him off here?
It's a good pick in the TK. We definitely win just the level 1 trade. We both went for both ADs, but honestly, I should have just pulled back because I did think we were winning right there until I think Johnson walked up too far. So TK got a free auto, and then he just chased him down with the sun,
Yeah, with the stacks.
So,
yeah.
On me right there, I should just pull back, hit the TK, because Jinx is not going to go for Affiliates at that point. And then on just Johnson's side, don't get in range for TK auto, because if he just chills, and then I'm the one just shitting on the Jinx right there. So that's just a mistake. It happens.
Was that the game plan though? It was like, hey, if they're in the bush, we're going in.
Yeah. Felix Renata should have Prow in that lane because he just short trade.
Yeah.
But we did get a great, half HP trade instantly. So definitely should be snowballing and pressuring.
I appreciate that. It is pretty easy to break down the level 1 play because there aren't many other factors that have come into the game, and obviously that was a big one. You guys were able to bounce back on the top side of the map, get a kill on impact. I feel like Kumo had a good showing today. Felt like, but one thing that you said that was one of the issues was finding ways to start fights. It felt difficult, especially games 3 and 4, when you guys were either you had the lanes correct or you had TP advantage to start fights, even to the point where I feel like even in game 4, Kumo TP top to just run to start a fight, and then that didn't work, and it was like, all right, well now they're at TP disadvantage.
An amalgamation of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Background knowledge, very poor exposed during that game, because a lot of the time when we should be taking fights, you'll see we have the vision, we see them coming, but we're not there to fight them when they're face checking and stuff like that. So yeah, we just gotta come back in summer, practice, make our weaknesses, a strong point.
Yeah.
And it should be a lot better because everybody here, good hands. We just need to be able to set up the fights that we want, and then all it comes down to is execution at that point.
When you look at when you and I had our first interview at the beginning of the split back in January to now, where do you think the biggest growth points are?
Biggest growth points. Well, obviously, it just comes down to team play. We are getting better. It did, show a little bit in the series where even though we're maybe 3 seconds late to where we need to be because we don't recognize it, we get there and then we push it out. So side laning, pretty much the matter right now, making sure you do that properly. We have a lot of struggles with that. Should I push this wave or not? Should I just come in group? And it takes a while. So sometimes we're just A-ramming at some points in those games. It looks weird.
Sure.
So we got a little better at that. Definitely have to improve that. And then I do think I call it just blue collar comms. Let's say when we have the setup and we're going to turn, like for instance, game 1 on Nash, where you know, you can call it Nash, but we just aren't thinking of how to execute it, where their whole team just face checking fog. We could have just, you know, have Ori and Jarvan standing in the bushes. As soon as they come up, just go. Orin just takes it by himself, but for some reason, you know, we have 5 people in the pit.
Yeah.
So stuff like that is where we falter a lot, and it just takes practice.
Another thing I've noticed just specifically, and I might be wrong here, is the energy that you have now. Yes, playoffs just ended. Yes, you just had a long season and a tough series, but the energy you're showing right now feels very different than the energy when we're coming into the season. Coming into the season, you were very relaxed, very chill. You're like, I'm ready, but we'll see what happens. Right now, it kind of feels like the fire's burning very bright right now for you.
Yeah, I'm annoyed. So. Definitely a winnable series, but yeah, I just can see the problems, especially when you're playing support. You see what's happening on the map, and you know the problems. And even if you say it, it doesn't fix it, because internally, you know, it's either that person, you know, you're scared and stuff like that. And so the best you can do is just like, all right, guys, just come here and do that. And learning how to trust those calls, whether it be from me or other people.
Yeah.
This will happen. So I know Brandon is annoyed too.
Yeah.
Same. So yeah, he was calling a lot in those games, but either we just, you know, weren't there on time, we didn't see the same angle, but you know, you just got to work on that. So we're going to be here next summer too.
I love it, man. Final thoughts here to the fans before we close it off?
Final thoughts. Hey, thanks for watching. Just got to improve going into summer. I do think all the players do understand what they have to work on. 3 people, first time playoffs, and they were definitely down on themselves too. So don't be too harsh, especially on the guys' first time.
Yeah.
You know? They'll turn around, and I'm sure we'll have a better showing once we come to summer.
Aphromoo, everybody. Thank you very much for the chat, man.
Yeah.
And we'll see you very soon.
Sweet.